Hi, welcome to Games Web. My name's Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the Automated Infantry Platoon for Konflikt'47. This is a brand new box set that has just recently been released from Warlord Games and contains more or less a full platoon for you to field in your games of Konflikt'47. So without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the actual models themselves, the sprues, then I'm going to get some of them assembled, and we'll also look at the rules as well. So let's jump in. Okay, so what we get is these are all plastic rather than the resin or white metal, which is what the old Mark 1s and Mark 2s were. Sorry, the Mark 1s and Mark 2s were plastic. Okay, so we get 10 automated Mark 1 heavy infantry, so Mark 1 automated infantry. We get 2 Mark 2 heavy automated infantry, and we also get the 1 Mark 2C automated director, who acts as your platoon commander, and he's very, very good in the game. His rules are brilliant. And we get various options for these guys. We get a few options for the infantry platoon as well. Now, the rules have just been released by Warlord. They were released literally 2 days ago, and we'll look at those when we get to it. So the models are all supplied and painted, and they come with bases. These were packed by Cosmina. Thank you very much, Cosmina. All right, and let's jump in. Okay, so we have our infantry squad instruction manual, which we'll look at in a moment. We have the automated director assembly guide, which we'll look at in a moment again, which is very similar to the guide for B for Bertie. We've got our automated infantry squad Mark II assembly guide, and then we have got a set of bases for the 340mm bases, which is for the Mark IIs and also for the director. Then we've got a set of 10 normal size 32mm bases. Those are 40mm, these are 32. They're for your automated infantry. And then we have got our models. So we get 1 sprue of heavy infantry Mark IIs, and we get 2 identical sprues of the Mark 1s, which we'll look at separately, and we also get our director as well. So we'll start off with the director since I've got him in my hand. So let's just reset the camera and then we can have a look at him. Okay, so this is my first time actually looking at the model. It's very simple. They go together very, very easily. I got sent a couple of sprues by Steph at Warlord Games, so thank you very much, Steph. We'll be looking at those in a moment because they're assembled, of the Mark 1 and of the Mark 2. Just didn't have the director or B for Bertie. They've just arrived from my pre-order. So let's jump in. Okay, so the director is quite well detailed. He's got a lot of he's in an animated pose when he's walking, let's say. Unlike B for Bertie, who comes with a base topper for his 32mm base, this one doesn't. It doesn't come with a base topper at all. So you need to position the legs in the right position, I guess. Okay, so looking at the model itself, we have his M21 Tesla cannon. I think that's the right designation. With his big backpack for it. We've got his body, front and back. We've got his head. His head's slightly different than the regular head. I don't know if you can make out the difference there. Let me just try and get that in focus. His head's slightly different. Then obviously we've got his arms and his legs, and There's little bits that go on his, I think they go on his shins or his knees. The same on the heavy infantry. They have a couple of bits that you need to put on their elbows, and the way the legs go together is quite strange. But I didn't have the instructions at the time, so we'll look at the instructions in a moment. So that's a quick look at the director. Then, as I say, we get 2 of these sprues, which is the Mark 1. Now, previously these models have been made in Warlord resin and plastic. The Mark 2s were in Warlord resin, and the director is brand new. That's a brand new model for this edition of Konflikt 47. Please forgive me such heresy. All right, we've got quite a few arms and quite a few guns. I think when you assemble the models on each sprue, I think there's 1 arm left over, maybe 2 arms left over. I'm not exactly sure. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 2 arms left over. There's also a couple of, I don't know if you can see here, there's some hands that you can put on to the models. There's also 2 of the weapons that are, if you look on the actual, see if I can actually zoom in, we can have a quick look. If you look on this gun here, you can see there is a recess where we put one of the arms, and there's another one on that side. So that one's being held 2-handed, but if we turn it over, I've lost where it is now. Right, that's the one. Right, so we've got one here, the heavy machine gun, that's being carried by 1 hand. So you can put that in one of the hands, and he can be carrying that along when the automaton's been built. There's also one for the cannon as well on one of the other ones. This one here. No, it's not that one. Where is it? It's vanished. I can't find it. That one. Is it? Nope. 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 Right. Yes, it is that one. Oh, that's the one I've just pointed out. Well, anyway, one of these weapons actually can be carried in 1 hand. So you can pose them in a variety of ways. Now, I've posed mine, the samples that I got from Steph at Warlord, with one of them saluting, one of them walking along carrying his gun in his hand. The one that's saluting is going to be my platoon sergeant, I think. Okay, so that's the Mark 1s. We get 2 sprues of those. They're both identical. And there's quite a lot of weapons left over when you've finished. Then we have the Mark 2s. So again, great attention to detail. The Mark 2s come with the autocannon with a bayonet, and there's the heavy machine gun. There's also a Mark 21C Tesla rifle, Tesla cannon. There's 3 heads, so you've got a choice of heads there to put on the models. The legs are slightly different than normal because they've got 3 parts to them. So you've got the leg and the lower foot and shin, and then we've also got this part here which goes on the back of the leg. At least I think it does, because I've not looked at the instructions yet. We've got a mag for your machine gun. We don't get any extra arms. The arms are basically, we get 4 arms on this because there's only 4 models. We do get 4 heads, sorry, not 3 heads. And then looking on the other side, we've got the bodies. 2 bodies are slightly different. The backpacks on them are slightly different. This backpack is very similar to the one that you find on the director, whereas this backpack is completely different. It looks very much like the exhaust vents that you find on the linebacker, but with a British twist. Okay, and just in case you're wondering, because it took me a while to work out, because obviously I didn't have the instructions, this little piece here is the hand that goes on top of the Tesla cannon. So you cut that off and you just put it in this little recess at the top here once you've glued the Tesla cannon to your model. And the Tesla cannon comes in two halves. The other cannons are all one part. And they do go together very, very easily. I was surprised how easy they go together, having built I think I previously built 10 or 15 of the resin Mark 1s, and of the Mark 2s I've built the 5 that came in the starter box set, and I've built about 150 battle droids for Star Wars Legion, which were a nightmare to put together. But once you get an idea of what you're doing, it's not too bad. You know, you can quite quickly knock them out. Okay, so that's a quick look at the sprues. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ones I've assembled in a little while. I need to assemble the director, obviously, because he's still sitting on the plastic frame. And we'll get back to those in a minute, but let's have a look at the instruction manual first. Okay, so we'll start off with this one because it's the one that I've got in my hand. So this is, actually we'll start off with the director because he's the easiest one. Right, so there's the director. It's got all the blob about the director himself. Now I'm not going to read it because, to be honest, I can't see that from this distance. I've got really bad vision problems, and at this distance that just looks like lots of squiggles to me. So if you want to pause the video, you're quite welcome to read it, but I think it's also repeated in the army list, so if it is, I'll be reading it from that because I'm reading it from a PDF. Okay, right, so as you can see, the cannon goes together quite well. There's 3 pieces to the cannon, there's 2 pieces to the body, and a back piece, his head. You only get 1 head for this guy, 2 pieces to his arm, and 2 pieces to each leg. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 pieces altogether, 14 pieces altogether with his head. So I know my maths is really bad, but it does go together quite well by the looks of things. Now, as I say, I've not assembled the director yet because he's sitting there, but I have assembled these guys. Now, the automated infantry go together very, very easily. And as you can see here, we've got the exploded diagram of the sprue, or the frame, whatever you want to call it. Marks in red can be used for alternate poses shown later in this book. So we've got a red hand, we've got these 2 here which can be carried with 1 hand, we've got an arm here which has been carried at slope, and we've got an arm here that can be carried straight down. Let's crack on. So the pieces are all numbered, so you've got your left and your right, and your body parts 1 and 2, and of course it tells you which parts go with which parts. It's all quite simple. Then you've got head options here. You've got parts 12, 13 and 14 are all alternate head options. Body parts go together. Choose your head, choose your arms, choose your legs, put your gun on with your choice, it's done. So as you can see here, we've got an alternate pose for the HMG, and we've got the MMG pose here with the bayonet fixed on it, so we can be carrying it at a slope, whereas here's just carrying it down, and it tells you which hand to use. What I've done is, instead of actually having him at a slope, I've used the other arm and got him with his hand up as if he's saluting, because he's going to be my NCO for my guys, or not really an NCO, but he's going to be the leader of my guys. Then we've got the arm options, which arms go with which, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, I jumped the gun there. So 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And then we jump to 28 and 27, and 29 and 30. And we've got the legs. It's as simple as that. There's no extra parts on these, they go together quite well. And then, of course, we've got the British Commonwealth logo on the back. And then finally, we've got the Mark IIs. So with the Mark IIs, we get the option to use either the, we've got the frame. We've also got the options to use the machine gun, which is a heavy machine gun, or the cannon, or the Tesla cannon. So we'll crack on and have a quick look at that. I like the coil. The coils, the power coil looks really cool when it's actually put on. And then we've got the options for the bodies. So the bodies only go together in one way. They're not these two pieces here, piece 18 and piece 24. Those two pieces only fit onto one specific body. I think. No, they don't. Apparently, piece 23 and piece 23 are used. So please forgive me, I misread that. I'm just going to quickly have a look at them on the frame, because I honestly thought that they were different pieces. Nope, they are. They're not different pieces. I'm on the wrong frame. That's why. Talk among yourselves, as they say. Okay, so piece 23 on that one, and this one are slightly different. Yeah, I thought they were slightly different. So one of them's got a hole, as you can see here, which you use to put the power cable in, and the other one doesn't have that for some reason. He's just got a flat thing. Oh well, it could be a mislabel on Warlord's part, or it could be the fact that I can't read and I'm being dumb as a box of frogs. Not that there's anything wrong with frogs. Okay, so as I said about the arms, so the arms are in three pieces. You've got the shoulder part, you've got the part that goes on the forearm, and then you glue the arms either into the gun or you can glue on the hands separately. I think, I'm not sure, I think there are spur hands. And then the legs are in separate parts as well. Now what I did with mine, I've assembled my Mark II slightly different, because I've put the right leg, it's this part here on the thigh, I've actually put that on the back of the leg because it looked like that's where it's fitted. But I did disassemble these without the instructions, so please forgive me on that. I may actually get a scalpel and prise them off, but I did use Tamiya glue, which is notoriously difficult to actually break off. But anyway, right, so yeah, that's the torso for the infantry armed with the Mark 21 Tesla cannon. As you see, it's got the Tesla thing on the back of it. And then we move on, and then we've got the automatic, heavy automatic cannon and the light automatic cannon. So the light one is fitted with a bayonet, and we put a hopper in it, and then the heavy automatic cannon has got the magazine in it. They just glue on quite easily, they just glue into the hands. There aren't any extra hand options apart from on the Tesla, by the looks of things, which will be the hand that is here that I showed you that glues into the top of it. There's piece 29, sorry, piece 25 that glues into the top of the cannon. And I think I didn't do too badly, actually. Okay, so that's a quick look at the actual models. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at the actual rules for them, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the actual miniatures themselves once they're all assembled. I've just got to assemble the director. So I shall be right back. Okay, let's have a quick look at the rules for the Mark II-C automated director, and then we'll have a look at the model once it's assembled. The advanced research into automated systems has yielded results at an entirely unexpected rate, such as the production is hardly able to keep up with the pace of the new designs coming out of Bletchley Park. In less than a year from the first deployment of the Mark I automated infantry in Belgium, entirely automated platoons are now increasingly independently organised and commanded by automatons. These automated directors are based on the Mark II design, with improved computational and radio systems enabling them to distribute orders to other automated units over a wider radius. The advantages of fully automated platoons are numerous: the avoidance of human casualties and the immunity to ever more deleterious psychological effects on the battlefield amongst them. However, automated directors lack the imagination of human commanders and are somewhat limited to enacting the tactics and orders of pre-programmed into their systems prior to battle by dedicated British engineers. Okay, so your automated director is unit composition 1 Mark II heavy automaton. It's a platoon commander for its unit type. It's got a 40mm base. It's armed with a Mark 21 light Tesla cannon. Its movement rate is 4 and 8 on an advance and run when it's lumbering. When it's not lumbering, it's 6 and 12. It's good veteran quality. It's got a damage value of 6, and its morale is 10. It's fearless because it's an automaton. It's got a requisition points of 110. And then special rules: augmented, automated director. A Mark IIc automated director does not confer a morale bonus to friendly troops when using Snap 2 ability. A Mark II automated director may only issue orders to friendly units with the computational systems special rule. It's got computational special systems as its special rule. Data transmission: friendly units within 6 inches of the Mark IIc automated director unit lose the first off-the-line special rule whilst they are both they and the Mark II automated director have an active or surging rift die. It's fearless, hard to kill, large, lumbering. As I mentioned, it's got a advance of 4 and a run of 8 when it's not got a rift die, and it's got wide formation. Its rift unit stuff: it's got 2 rift dice, including M21's Tesla light cannon. Its active risk enhancement is command relay. When a Mark IIc automated director uses a Snap 2 action ability, it may use this enhancement. The automated director may issue orders up to 2 units with computational systems special rule anywhere on the table rather than within 6 inches. If this risk enhancement is used, exhaust one of the automated director's rift dice after it's executed its own order. Surging bonus: you lose lumbering, and whilst you're using Snap 2 ability with a surge dice, it may issue orders up to 3 units instead of 2, and that's anywhere on the battlefield. Exhausted penalty: may not use run orders and may not use the Snap 2 ability. Options: you can give it 2 automated infantry, Mark II infantry, armed with less light automatic cannons at 63 points per squad, so it's basically 2 bodyguards. You can add close combat bays to the automatic cannons with a +1 pen, close quarters and toughness fighter special rules at +3 points per squad. You can replace the light cannon with a heavy cannon, and you can replace the automatic cannon with another Tesla cannon. So basically, for 240 points or something like that, 250 points, you can have your director with a bodyguard of 2 extra Mark IIs, both armed with light Tesla cannons, which is going to give you some serious firepower, and it's going to be pretty good. So that's a quick look at the automated director, and what we're going to do now is I'm just going to very quickly get to the next point and we'll carry on. Okay, so we've had a quick look at the director, so let's look at the Mark II heavy automated infantry. A new iteration of automated infantry now supports the more numerous and vastly cheaper to produce Mark Is, by necessity larger in order to house more sophisticated computational systems. They are also rendered capable of carrying far heavier armaments, as such as specifically designed automatic cannons. Capable of acting with more autonomy than earlier designs, they have a limited operational independence. With their embedded short-range radio device, they are also able to transmit their computational data to other automatons within limited range. Efforts were quickly made to upgrade the Mark I designs with receivers. By staying within the close proximity to the Mark IIs, by staying in close proximity, the Mark IIs can relay their own calculations to the Mark Is and thus improve the accuracy and ability to execute more complex commands. Okay, you have to forgive me, my bronchial condition is actually beginning to affect my throat, so talking is quite difficult.
Okay, so we have a unit composition of 2 Mark II heavy automatons. They are specialist infantry. They're on a 40mm base. As standard, they're armed with a light automatic cannon. They've got a movement rate of 4-8 when they're lumbering. When they're not lumbering, it's 6-12. They are veteran quality. They have a damage value of +7, and their morale value is +10, which means they are fearless because they are robots. And they've got a requisition points of 126. So, looking at the special rules, they've got augmented computational systems, data transmission, friendly units within 6 inches of a Mark II heavy automated infantry unit lose their first off the line special rule, whilst both they and the Mark II heavy automated infantry unit have an active or surge rift die. They've got fearless, hard to kill, large, lumbering, which I just mentioned, and wide formation. They've got a rift dice of 1. The active rift announcement is coordinated strike. Whilst executing a fire or advance order, a Mark II heavy automated infantry squad may ignore friendly units for determining line of fire. Note they still require a line of sight to the target. If this announcement is used, exhaust one of the rift dice after they have executed the order. Surgeon bonus is they lose the lumbering rule, and exhausted penalty is they may not be issued run orders. Options: you can You can give an extra 2 models to the squad, bringing them up to 4 at 63 points each. You can equip all the models with a close combat blade to their autocannons, or you can replace the autocannons with automatic cannons at 10 points per model, up to 2 per squad, or you can replace 2 of the autocannons with Mark 20 M21 light Tesla cannons, which I think is a very good format. So I'm just going to set the page up again, and we're going to go on to the next unit, so I shall be right back. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the Mark 1 Automated Infantry. Created from a fusion of Rift tech advancements and early artificial intelligence principles, these man-shaped fighting machines are designed to bring both firepower and resilience to the battlefield. Multiple internal programs wheels allow them to support human forces in a variety of battlefield situations, operating effectively in any terrain or climate. Whilst they lack the manoeuvrability of human soldiers, their robust construction allows them to withstand considerable damage. Equipped with MMGs or HMGs, they can engage enemies with significant firepower, although the limited computational power necessitates their instructions be simple and operation swift. Most importantly, on the horror-haunted battlefields of the war, these automatons are immune to fear and fatigue. Whilst initially treated with distrust by regular soldiers, the tin heads have now earned their respect, especially when facing the enemy's genetically altered monstrosities. Okay, so Mark 1s, we get our unit composition of 5 Mark 1s for a squad. They are specialist infantry. They've got a 32mm base size. Their standard weapon is an MMG. Like all robots, they have the lumbering rule. When on advance, they move 4 inches. When on a run order, they move 8. When they're not lumbering, as in they're using a rift die, they advance at 6 and run at 12. They are veteran quality. They have a damage value of 6, and like all robots, they have a morale of 10 and are fearless. And they cost 175 requisition points for a squad of 5. They have the following special rules: augmented computational systems, fearless, first off the line, which is what separates them from the Mark IIs. Mark 1 automated infantry suffer a -1 to hit modifier when shooting. Large, lumbering, as I've just explained, and rift unit. They have a rift dice of 1. Active rift announcement is high voltage. When executing a run order, a Mark 1 automated infantry squad may use this active rift announcement. This unit gains deadly and fast special rules and loses lumbering for the duration of the run order. Exhausts the unit's rift die after resolving the run order. Note, if locked in close combos, the rift die will exhaust after the second round of close combat is resolved. Surgeon bonus, lose lumbering special rule, exhaustive penalty, may not issue run orders. Options: the Mark 1 infantry are 35 points per model, and you can have an extra 5 to your unit, your squad, bringing it up to a squad of 10. And if you do these, they must be placed to the entire squad. You can replace the MMGs with HMGs at 10 points per model, and you can add close combat blades to the models, giving them a +1 pen at close quarters, and tough fighters special rule at +3 points per model. Okay, so hopefully that should all be as clear as mud. I've had a couple of issues with OBS. It's decided not to play a game. This is the third time I've tried recording this part. But we'll have a look at the models once they're assembled, and hopefully everything should go fine. So I shall see you very presently.
Okay, welcome back. Right, so that's the director assembled. As I say, I already assembled the 5 Mark 1s and the 2 Mark 2s that I got from Warlord that Steph very kindly sent me. So that's the entire thing. Obviously, when you assemble your Automated Infantry Platoon, you'll have 10 of these models, which I haven't assembled, and I haven't assembled the 2 Mark 2s because I'm stuck for time to actually do this, as well as get the video up and out as soon as possible, because I want to try and get it out whilst they're still fresh, because the product's only been out for 3 days. Right, okay, so we'll have a look at the models. So I didn't assemble them on the Warlord bases because I've run out of Warlord bases. I've just ordered more, but I've run out of them, so I've just assembled them on regular 32mm bases, but it doesn't really matter. I'm eventually going to go back and replace all my Warlord bases with these, because I got a massive batch of them off Temu, really cheap. I think I got like 300 for £7 or something like that, and they're very good quality bases. Okay, so that's the first of the Mark 1s. He's got a fairly standard pose. He's kind of crouching, not crouching, slouching, I should say, taking the weight of the gun in his hands with his knees. Then we have my guy who's saluting, and as you can see, I mean, his hand's not totally on his head, but it doesn't really matter, and he's carrying the gun in his hand rather than holding it with 2 hands. So I could actually just touch that so it glues onto his head, so I think I'll do that with a spot of super glue. I know it should be a little bit lower down, but it is what it is. That's another one of the Mark 1s. Looks alright, quite pleased with him. And then this is one who's in a kind of advancing pose. Again, you're kind of stuck with the kind of poses you can do with them, because the arms are quite rigid, so to speak. Then we have another guy again who looks like he's about to take a dump, but that's the posing that I put him in. So those 5 are done. Then we've got the 2 Mark 2s. Now the Mark 2s, as I mentioned out when I was looking at them, is I assembled the Mark 2s incorrectly, because these 2 pieces I put on the back instead of putting on the forearms. That's where they should go. Sorry, not the forearms. Yeah, they actually go on the forearms, but it doesn't really matter. You can't tell. You know, I'm quite pleased with them. And as I mentioned in the instructions, the bodies are slightly different. That's where the cable goes, and then it goes into the bottom of the Tesla cannon. And then that's the other one. He's leaning a little bit forward as if he's about to take a step. That's the other Mark II. I've got a little bit of clean up to do on these before I actually prime them and paint them, but they're alright. And then finally, if I can find where I've put him, there he is. There's the director I've just assembled. The only thing to be note of is when you clip the parts off, you'll see that one of the parts has a little bit, sorry, 2 of the parts have little tiny bits hanging off them. They're the hands, so you don't want to cut those parts off. Now this piece here looks like it's got one, this little piece here, but it hasn't. Just click that so it's flush. If you actually follow the instructions will tell you. And then there is a little nub that goes on the inside of the cable housing that attaches into the cable housing itself, and then just attaches onto there. I'm just going to reposition that in a little moment. Right, so that's the director. And that binging noise was my food cooking, so that's ready. Very good model. On a whole, very, very pleased with all of the British models. Looking forward to getting them all painted up and getting them on the battlefield with my other automated units. I've got quite a few now. So once again, I'd like to thank Steph from Warlord Games for the sample sprues. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And hope that this video is interesting to someone. And also, no matter where you are in the world, folks, please stay safe, look after yourselves, and if you can, get out and meet some friends and play some games, roll some dice. It's good for your mental health, and it may not be good for your wallet, but it's definitely good for your mental health. So no matter where you're in the world, look after yourselves, stay safe, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Thank you, and bye.